If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shah Peerally can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shah Peerally is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shah Peerally, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
Beerables Inc. is an e-solutions company that provides custom web design, web application development, and internet marketing services to individuals and businesses. They can build powerful e-commerce sites, mobile apps, develop content, and market you on social media. They can help manage your brand's reputation and provide rock-solid customer support. Call today at 1-800-651-6091 or email us at info@beerables.com for a free consultation today. Again, the number is 1-800-651-6091.
The Shah Peerally Law Group and IMI Law Help, Inc. are proud to announce the release of the Immigration Law Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other renowned podcast channels. Immigration Law Podcast was designed to provide the audience with information on various U.S. immigration issues. The podcasts are unique because they are presented by the prominent attorney, Shah Peerally, covering topics such as B1, B2 visas, visitor and business visas, H-1B visas, L-1 visas, O visas, EB-1 visas, student visas, Perm labor certifications, national interest waivers, NIW, green cards, and citizenship. Although educational in nature, the podcasts provide a rare insight on immigration news and politics from an experienced lawyer's perspective. Immigration Law Podcasts, a unique perspective on immigration law. Download them from iTunes or Google Play. For more information, visit attorneyonair.com or call 510-742-5887. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, sastika, namaskar to all the listeners. Today is April 13th and we are live on air today. And if you're listening to the show on the 20th, this will be a recorded show. So today we are live, April 13th, 2017. And I have Chris and Franco, I think, on the board with me. So I say thank you for both of them to help me here to put the show together. And of course, we're going to discuss about immigration law and debt settlement. But before I start, anything I'm going to tell you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. If you have any questions, feel free to call our office 510-742-5887 and to check our website attorneyonair.com, attorneyonair.com. And today, of course, there's so many things happening in immigration. People are panicking, but things seem to be more hectic than what is happening out there. But we are going to expect some really tough things happening in the next few months, especially now from the news. DHS has hired two people that are really kind of anti-immigration on board. So those are going to really kind of affect the decisions. Hopefully there will be enough good people to balance it out there. But I'm not saying they're bad people. All I'm saying is that they're not pro-immigration. So we have to look at things from a different angle now. Well, we have been looking at things from a different angle since the new government, but things are going to get tougher and tougher before hopefully it gets better, and hopefully there will be immigration reform. And we're going to open the lines in few minutes. The number to the studio is 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565, and this is Attorney Shah Peerally. Before I start, I wanted to congratulate the team for a very good job and a couple of L1 visas, L1A visas, difficult L1A visas, which we have been able to win, and also some EB1Cs and EB1A and EB1Bs. And of course, now we have the H1B waiting. We don't know who's picked up in the lottery, and it seems there will be a lottery now because they closed it on the 7th. And now a lot of people are also confused about the premium. The premium is shut down for everybody, not only for new H1Bs, by the way. So even if you're doing an amendment, a transfer, etc., there's no premium. So be careful; it might create some issues for people back on this. So now I'm talking a little bit about immigration. Number one, for those who've been picked up on the lottery, doesn't mean that the case is going to be approved. So there's still a fight has to be done after that, and this is where why it's important to have a lawyer who's experienced doing those cases to help you. And so far, thanks to God, we have been doing pretty well, and hopefully we'll be able to help you. If you need help, call us 510-742-5887, especially if you're a startup or a small company, you need help, or you want a second opinion working for a big company. Let me take a caller, Chris. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. This is regarding H1B extension.
Yes.
My employer applied H1B extension before premium processing period ending. That is last week of March, and it is 15 days now, and we still did not receive the receipt number for it. So, is there any way to contact them, or what's going on my petition apply?
Yeah. Well, this is happening to a lot of cases. There might be two reasons. Number one, the case might be rejected already because it was not properly filed. Or number two, the system has not issued the receipt yet. What you can do is that if your company used a company check, ask them if the check has been cashed. At the back of the check, there will be a number that they will write, and it's usually the receipt number. So double check first. If that's not the case, then you can keep calling them, but unfortunately they won't do anything. They will tell you they don't have it on the record because it has not been acknowledged or something like that. And this is happening a lot. Either they're doing that, or they're sending you an email saying that, oh, this case is pending because it's under background check. And I think this is happening because there are such a high volume of cases that was filed. So the only thing that you can double check if the check has been cashed, the filing fees checks have been cashed. Look in the back, you will have a receipt number. If it has not been cashed, then your lawyer can shoot an email to the service center and see if they can trace it. Okay?
Thank you.
Good luck to you. So let me take another caller if you have another caller. Chris, this is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Okay, so for those who want to call, if you have any questions on immigration, the number to call is 408-912-5565. And we are discussing about immigration law, of course, and this is Attorney Shah Peerally. And again, there are many things that are happening right there. Another news that came out is that 1,500 economists kind of sent a letter, basically an open letter also, kind of to President Trump, telling them if we don't modernize our immigration system, or we don't really kind of provide for those employment-based immigration potential, there is a big chance the U.S. economy is going to fall off, and we won't be able to bring it back, kind of. So, but that's my opinion of it. But let's see how he's going to react. It seems like he's more receptive now, but unfortunately, the problem is that he also has an uphill battle with his own group. So this needs to kind of be dealt with. And for those who are filing, for example, for their H-1B transfers and I-140s, I would recommend that you file your labor on time. I had a lot of situation where they waited the last minute to file the labor, and now the people are stuck. They cannot move to another position or another company, and now with no premium, you're kind of stuck, and it's kind of sad, but that's what is happening right now. And I don't know, I'm having some technical issues, I think, because I don't know, Chris, can you guys hear me properly? So this is Attorney Shah Peerally, and the number to the studio today is 408-912-5565. So let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah.
Hi.
I work at a company, and my H1 has been transferred with a starting date of June at another company. Now, I for some reason, I've changed my mind, and I don't want to join that other company. So, are there any ramifications to not going through with the H1B approval, the transfer approval?
No. You can elect to stay with the company you are, or move to the other company at your own will. But it's good if you're not planning to go to request for withdrawal. But you cannot request that. It has to be the company requesting it. So you're fine. You can stick with company A. Don't move to company B. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Good luck to you. But make sure company A has not canceled your H1B, and you have not. Okay? So as long as you're sticking to a company, I doubt they will cancel it. But it's important that you do that. Okay? Good luck to you.
I'm currently employed with them, so hopefully not. All right.
Okay then. Good luck. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Hey, thanks for picking my call.
Yes.
My name is Venkat. I have a question about COE, Change of Employment Application.
Yes.
Right now, I am with a company. My visa is valid till 2020, and I have my Perm I-140 approved with some Y company which is active. Now, my new employer is about to file new petition for COE. So, given the conditions, what is your advice? If it gets delayed for approving the petition, what's your advice for me? Whether to move on with the new employer upon receiving the receipt, or hang on till that gets approved?
That's $1 million question, because there are a lot of factors to decide that. So it's not kind of a blanket. What I'm telling people is to look at, if the company you're moving to is a solid company, has a good reputation, and everything is pretty much done properly, then there's no risk in moving under AC 21 Section 105, which means as soon as you get a receipt, you can go ahead and move on. But it's very difficult to assess it like that, because there's no general answer. It's a lot of factors you have to look at: the reputation of the company, the lawyer who's doing the case, because any mistake will cost you now because of the delay on the premium. But having said that, even if you move and then later it gets denied, you can always kind of refile, but you might have to leave the country and come back. So that's what the factors I'm telling people to look at. But now, if you want kind of a personal assessment, basically our experience dealing with this situation, then you can give me a call. We can kind of assess it on a particular basis. But at this point, what I'm telling people is to look at the strength of the company that you're moving to, and also the lawyer who's working on the case. If they both have kind of okay reputation, then it's worth it to move. Otherwise, it's better not to move. But the problem is that since it's going to take 4 months to 5 months to get an approval minimum, then the company might not keep the job. So that's another factor to consider. Okay? Huh?
No, one top-up question. The new company is a startup. Will there be any preference between startup and then well-established company?
No. Again, that's the same problem. A startup can be $1 billion startup, or it can be $100,000 startup. So you need to look at the frequency and the work that the startup have, their funding, etc. So if they have all this pretty much covered, then there's no problem. In fact, startups are not difficult to get their transfers done. But lately, many startups don't have the means to pay their candidates, and then they get denials and things like that. So it depends on the startup. it's not just a general word startup, because anything can be a startup, but a startup you will have to look at who's funding it, how much money is in there, and do they really have work for you, etc., etc. Those are the factors you have to consider before you move. If they have all this positive on your side, then there's no problem in moving. Okay?
All right. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello? Hello? I think I lost this caller. Let's move on to the next caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Oh, sorry. I think both of our calls were dropped, so I apologize for that. Sometimes it does happen. So you can call again, 408-912-5565. Let me take the caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, my name is Gopal. I am on L1A here, and I filed for my green card last year. It is at Nebraska Center. I know delays are happening there.
Mm-hmm. So
you
file your green card on what? EB1 or EB2 or EB3?
EB1, EB1C.
Oh, EB1C. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, just an year over, and the EAD is expiring by 22nd of this month. And somehow my wife wanted to look for a job. She has applied for something. She got the interview done yesterday. She got a selection. So on Monday, she filed an extension of the EAD because it is expiring by 22nd. So my question is it okay for her alone to apply without me for extension? Then the second question is, if I get a receipt for her application, is there an automatic extension of 6 months?
You know, I cannot hear you. There's a background noise. Can you repeat? I'm sorry. I should have stopped you in the middle because I'm hearing part of it and then there's a background noise.
Sorry, I'm driving and it's raining here.
Okay.
So my question is,
be careful.
Question one.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I apply for her alone without my EAD extension?
You mean, why will you apply on what? On H4 EAD? What do you want to apply for her? Oh, the adjustment of status EAD.
It is a AOS pending EAD.
Oh, okay. So you both have an AOS?
Pending.
Okay, both pending.
Is pending.
Yeah, you can apply for her only if you want. But it's good to apply for you too. Apply for both because you don't have to use it just because you have it. But you can apply for her if you don't want to apply for you. Okay?
No, she has already applied because when the guys have called for an interview last Monday, this week Monday she has applied. And the second question is, if she gets a receipt number, can she go ahead with the job? Because there is a new rule of like 6 months automatic extension.
Yeah, but that only applies if you're renewing it, not the new one.
No, it is renewal. When I applied for my green card, my attorney applied for EAD and AP, and I got EAD and AP last year, which is valid until 22nd of April this year.
Okay, then so you can apply. So basically for her you have not applied, or you applied for her too, but it's expiring.
Yeah, we the whole family got EAD and AP. So she, which expires by 22nd of this month.
Okay.
And now only she applied for an extension. I did not.
Yeah, that's fine. She can do that. No problem. But I recommend you apply for you too. Just keep it. It's good. Because down the road, if there's any kind of issues on the H1, everything, you can always rely on that EAD. They won't give you a hard time. So I recommend to file it. It costs a little bit money, but it's worth to keep it. Okay?
Yeah, my L1 is until 2019 with stamping done in Singapore. Then my 140 PD is like last year, 22nd March. So they are just started. Nebraska has just started processing March cases. I'm expecting 140, but anyway, I take your advice and go ahead with the renewal.
Yeah, I highly recommend that. There are many reasons for that. I cannot enumerate, but I highly recommend you file it. It's just a lot of money because I had a situation where someone had kind of similar, and they end up by charging them on unlawfully working, etc., etc. So be careful in that. Okay? Okay, then. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I have a question about H1B.
Okay, go ahead. I'm listening to you.
This is for one of my brother. So if his H1 validity is till September first week, but can he exit to India and come back again probably on August 15th or 16th and have a very small period of H1B left?
That's a $1,000,000 question. Actually, it's not recommended. If you have more than 6 months, then you're safe. But less than 6 months that is left on your 797, it becomes a problem. But less than 6 months on the stamp doesn't matter. It's a 797. So I'm recommending people, if they want to travel, have the extension up without any problem, but we don't recommend it.
Okay. Although even if he has his H1 transfer in process, because right now it's taking more than 6 months probably, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I don't. That's the biggest problem that we're having because of the no premium. People in this situation are stuck, kind of. Excuse me.
Okay.
The only thing I can tell you is that it is possible to travel if you're less than 6 months, but it's not recommended because at the airport they might say you don't have enough 6 months, or if he has to go for stamping, it gets worse. So don't travel if you don't have 6 months on your 797. Okay?
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello.
Hey, hi, Shah.
Hi.
Thanks for taking the call. I have a question. Let's say somebody moves from company A to company B, and he has 140 with company A, and then after he moved to company B, company A got acquired by some other company, say, and since that company ceases to exist, I believe the 140 doesn't exist anymore. Am I right?
Yes and no. The I-140 goes away technically only if they withdraw it. So since the entity existed at that time, you might be able to use that I-140 to do extensions and things like that. But if you look at it from a logical perspective, no, it's gone. But from my experience, they have not taken the I-140 just because the company is no longer existent. The company has to affirmatively revoke it. So you might be able to still use it for an extension. You of course will not be able to use it for a green card, but you can use it for an extension or for H4EAD, because there's no real rule at this point except the withdrawal.
Right. So can you still be able to move from company B to company C with the same 140?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi. Hello, Shah. Thanks for doing the show. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate that.
Yeah. I had a quick question. I'm looking to apply for a green card for my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have their marriage certificate, and I assume I would need that for my father. So what are my options?
You need to get what we call an unavailability of marriage certificate. The question is, do you not have it, or it's never existed? It was not existent.
It was never existent.
Okay, so it didn't exist. So if it didn't exist, then what you need to do, you need to get a letter of non-availability of marriage certificate, and then get 2 affidavits of people who went to the wedding, and any kind of proof of the wedding, like pictures, everything, put it in there. That's good enough. Having said that, you can still file sometimes in those cases without having to do this, but at the end of the day, it's recommended to wait to have this and file it. But I don't recommend that you go ahead and just not file because you don't have this in your hand. Okay.
Okay. So is it okay to just file with the affidavits, and then maybe if they ask for the non-availability, I get it later and submit it?
Yes, because for the marriage certificate, they're not that strict like the birth certificate.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And one more thing, is it better to apply it while they're here in the US or while they're in India?
That's another $1 million question. There are issues on that, and actually I have an article completely on that. The rule works this way: if they enter the United States on a visitor visa, based with the idea that they will file a green card, then they are in violation of that visitor visa. But if they enter the United States, they're already here, then they decide to go forward with filing a green card, then you should be okay to file. So it's a tricky situation, but it's not a big problem, but you need to consider that. The problem is not the green card, the problem is the visitor visa itself. Okay, what was the intent when they entered? Okay, but you can read on that. I have an article on my website, attorneyonair.com. Just type B1, B2, or just Google it, B1, B2, and an adjustment of status, and you will see the law there. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good luck to you, and if you need help, feel free to reach out to us, 510-742-5887. Yes. Next, Chris, this is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Okay, so...
Hi, Shah.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Morning, and thanks for your services and also taking my call.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
On my green card processing. So I got my 140 approved last November and applied for my adjustment of status. And
can you speak louder? I didn't hear. Can you tell? I'm not hearing you properly. You say you applied for your adjustment of status, and how did you apply?
I applied through my company.
Okay. And EB2, EB3?
EB1C.
EB1C. Okay, perfect. And you filed the EB1C, I-140, and I-45 together, okay?
No, it's not concurrent. It's non-concurrent. I have applied my 140 and got it approved, and then applied for the 485.
Beautiful,
and, in the 485 application, for my dependents, everything is good, but for my case, the date of birth is wrong, only in 485. In the advance parole, as well as the EAD, it is good. It's correct.
So they made a mistake on your I-45, you said?
Yeah, 485 date of birth. My date of birth.
The receipt or your application itself, the lawyer, or you made a mistake? Who made the mistake?
The application.
Okay,
the
so
lawyer,
what you... Yeah, go ahead. So the lawyer made a mistake on the day?
Appointment also.
Okay. I didn't hear you. I'm over.
I cannot see that.
Okay, I can't hear. Okay, so you're saying who made the mistake? Is it on your side or on their side?
Both sides. Because in the last moment, they asked me to review because there was a change in the application in February. So I didn't notice it, and even they didn't notice it. They have copy pasted. They have filled my application. So they have filled the date of birth as my wife's date of birth, only in 485. So I got the notice also, in which I did not notice because there were 9 notices. We were 3 of us in the family. So when I got the biometrics. When I went to the biometrics yesterday, I noticed that the date of birth is wrong. So, but they asked to complete the biometrics and call the number, 1-800 number, and get it informed. So I informed them, but my company says I have to take an InfoPass appointment and then get it corrected. Will this work out? Or will there be a serious consequence?
There are 2 ways. They will probably correct it at the InfoPass appointment, or ultimately they might call you for an interview and they will correct it there. It's not a big problem, especially if it was just a mistake. So one of the things you can also do is to write a letter, an official, attach it with a copy of the receipt and mention the mistake so that there's a record there. But since you are going to the InfoPass, see if you can bring a letter with you explaining the mistake and submit that letter and ask them to put it in the file. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, but it's not a big problem.
And it won't get denied, right?
I'm sorry?
There is no chance of I-485 denial, right?
No, not for that, unless you kind of hide your age for a specific reason. But this is called an immaterial mistake, It should be corrected.
Thanks a lot for the time.
No problem. Good luck to you. Let me see. I don't know, Chris, if I have more callers. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here. Okay, so I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm having a flu, so I have my ears are clogged, so I kind of hearing. So if anybody calls, feel free to call and speak a little bit louder for me, please. The number to the studio 408-912-5565. I have another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, I have one quick question. This EB1C, right? Is it possible for H1B people to file EB1C?
Yes. Yes, if you meet the requirements, yes. I've actually done that. Actually, the truth is that in 2011 we started doing that, and we were successful in 2-3 cases. And if you do qualify with all the requirements under EB1C, yes, you can file EB1C. Basically, the requirements are you are in a managerial capacity. The company has been here for a while, for more than 1 year. You work there for more than 1 year, and now they're offering you a job, or they offer you a job under EB1C. Yeah, it is possible because EB1C is independent of the L1A.
I see. And one quick question is like, let's say the current GC process is going on for EB2, but that can be converted in EB1C still?
There's no conversion. You can have the EB2 and EB1 running at the same time. No problem.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Good luck to you. And if you need help on EB1, we're pretty good at it. Give us a call at 510-742-5887. Okay. And again, the website to check, ladies and gentlemen, is attorneyonair.com. Attorneyonair.com. I apologize. We are having calls that are dropping, and I think it's because the weather in some places, and I think also landline, of course. But the callers are back. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hey, how long does it take for parents to get the green card?
Sorry, I didn't hear you again. Can you speak a little bit louder? We're having some technical issues, and I cannot hear properly. Can you tell me what is the question?
How long does it take? What's the duration for the green card for parents?
It depends where you're filing. If they're already inside the U.S. and you're filing through you as a U.S. citizen, it takes like 6 to 8 months. If it is outside, it's taking between 9 months to 1.5 years.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on here. Hello. Yes, sir. Hello.
Hi. I had a question on maternity leave. My wife is on H1B with a very small company. It's a startup.
Yes.
And she wants to go on maternity leave, and the startup has offered her to take as much leave as she wants, but they won't be able to pay her. So I wanted to check what are the rules regarding the H1B and taking the state help. There is a state paid medical leave, right?
Yes. Okay.
So I wanted to check on how feasible, or rather, can we do it as part of H1B?
Because H1B has a provision under 20 CFR. These are situations where you have basically a bona fide situation of leave because of maternity leave. You can keep her on H1B, and you can actually also take the employment disability insurance, because that's an insurance. It's not a what we call, it's not a welfare or anything. So yeah, you can go ahead, but I recommend people once they pass 3 months to move to another visa, maybe H4 if they can, because after that then it becomes an issue too long without check stuff. But as long as the doctor is saying, okay, she has to take maternity leave and the doctor is signing on it, you should be okay on the H1B.
Okay, even if it is unpaid after 3 months, right? Because my wife has a lab job where she has to stand and do experimental work, so she cannot really do it.
But it's not.
She's not.
We're not talking. But after 3 months, I don't recommend it. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, it is possible, provided the doctor says she cannot work. But if the doctor doesn't say that, then that she has to go back to work or move to H4 or something. Okay.
Okay, as long as there is 3 months of state help, it should be fine, right? Because we will not paycheck from the state.
The state help has nothing to do with the H1B, because this is an insurance. Because every month they do take money out of you for that, so you have a right to enjoy that. And since it is a bona fide, a genuine leave, it won't be a problem. But just be careful not to abuse it, because once you pass 3 months, even as a citizen, it becomes tricky. Okay, so be careful. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you. So let me take another caller. I think I don't have any caller. This is Shah Peerally, 11 here. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we are having. I know I'm not hearing properly and everything, so I apologize if I'm not understanding. I asked you to repeat, but I wanted to thank Chris today for really helping us on the board, and I wanted to now discuss a little bit about another topic, which is debt settlement. This is another thing which is coming very strong right now, because a lot of people are panicking and they are leaving the country. Especially there are students who took money and the credit cards. Now they don't know what to do. So what if they have used your credit cards and you are leaving, or you don't have means to pay, but on credit cards, not on student loan, that's different. We can help you get rid of those debts. We can also help you on people who have second mortgages. Even now they have equity on the house, because I think they're expecting some kind of crash. Nobody knows really what's happening, but not in the Bay Area really, but outside. So if you need help, feel free to reach out to us. The number to call is 510-742-5887, and the website to check yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. Let me take another caller, Chris. This is Shah Peerally. You'll have an ear.
Hi, this is Salavan. I have one question. We applied for the H1B. So when we will know the counts and when the first list of receipts start coming in?
Well, it will probably come hopefully by the end of this week. By tomorrow we should start, but I think probably this year things are very different, so we don't really have a timing line with them. They are kind of overwhelmed, etc. So I'm thinking by next week we should start getting receipts. But I might be wrong, because the problem that we are facing is that they are short of people. They have changed pretty much the entire process, etc. So I'm thinking by next week we should start getting receipts. Okay? Usually 2 weeks later.
That includes both masters as well as the regular filing, or first we'll get a masters, then we'll get
probably
a regular?
You'll get the masters coming out first, then the regular. But I might be wrong, because there's no real timeline they're giving us right now. But I'm pretty sure. Well, but before the end of this month, we're going to start getting receipts. Okay? All right?
Okay. Thank you.
Good luck to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was talking a little bit about debt settlement, because this is another thing that is kind of plaguing right now. A lot of our clients are kind of panicking because of the situation here. But before we even go there, I want to tell you, do not panic, because panicking sometimes can make you do things that can hurt you really. I've seen that in my career a lot. People just desperate, they will just jump on anything to stay here. Sometimes it's better to reevaluate your situation before you just try to jump on anything. And people will sell you anything. A lot of company bad lawyers or so-called lawyers are basically kind of selling all kind of nonsense to people to stay here. But you should be careful. What you need to look at is the reputation of the lawyer who's talking to you, and also what you yourself use your logic. Don't just go and jump on things, because a lot of people will call me and want to jump on something just to stay here. That doesn't work this way. We can guide you. We can look at the possibilities, do a consultation. Even you are working with a big company, you want a second opinion, feel free to call us for a consultation at 510-742-5887. Let me take another caller, Chris. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Yeah, hi, sir. A quick question on your debt settlement. Do we still have cases where people are short of mortgages? I mean, maybe within Bay Area, everybody actually has an equity, but do you see the other areas are quite low from where they bought versus where they are right now?
Yes. I've seen a couple of cases. Even a little bit further than the Bay Area, we're seeing some cases where...
Hello?
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 Yes,
yeah,
hello?
Yes.
So what I'm saying is that it didn't really go down, but people overcharge because they keep taking the second... you keep taking... when people keep taking those loans and they over kind of charge themselves, then we are able to get their second mortgage, a deal for that. We even getting cases where people still have equity in the house. They're still giving a deal because I think the banks are feeling that there might be something coming up. But it's not really happening in the Bay Area. People have equity in most of their houses. It's a little bit outside the Bay Area that these things are happening, but not many cases so far. It's kind of some month we are seeing this going backward, some month is going forward. So it's not like before when people were really underwater. Right now we're not really having a lot of people underwater, but still they are making deals in some cases. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you. So yeah, that's a good question, because I myself was asking what's going on. Is it because there are so many mixed messages coming on the front of real estate. A lot of people thinking real estate will fall off, but the truth is that it's very strong right now. But at the same time, a lot of people are worried because it's so strong that there's a bubble. But the truth is that for me personally, I don't think there's a bubble, because there is a need for people in the Bay Area. However, if there is basically what we call an outflow of H-1B people from the Bay Area, then because a lot of those houses are people who are immigrants owning them, and if they start moving out, then we are going to see some kind of bubble burst caused by the immigration issue. But hopefully this will not happen and people will be fine. But if you need help, of course, even to settle, we will be glad to deal with that. So now, having said that, for those who want to know more about immigration and what's happening on their cases, please feel free to call us at the office 510-742-5887. And just to let people know, there are a lot of things happening out there, and a lot of rumors also. People are so confused. Even lawyers are confused, to be honest. I'm trying to stay clear-head on this. That's why you see sometimes I don't publish things just because it came out, because the problem is that there's nothing to really rely on. For example, the ban on Muslims, luckily it was blocked. So if we had made a lot of people, it's creating more fear than anything else right now. And the truth is that there are a lot of problems happening, but many of those problems you can solve them. But but make sure that you're going to the right company, right consulting company, or right, you name it. Make sure that it's not being done in a really kind of tricky way. Then you might end up by being in a spiral of problems. So that's where it's important to have a lawyer who's experienced working on the cases. We're not bragging that we know it all, because we don't, but we have such a good experience dealing with in the Bay Area. Not only in the Bay Area, right now most of our clients are all over the place, I would say, and they come to us on purpose because we know when things are wrong, where we can help them. That doesn't mean we win it all, because that would be lying, but pretty much where there's a problem, we will tell you at the outset. And also for those, I wanted to say hi and thank you to all my friends listening, and to all the people who have been supporting us on the radio show. And this year will be our 7th year. In 1 month it will be 7th year, and I really want to thank you all for listening. And also we are going to be next week will be a recorded show. So if you're listening to this show on the 20th of April, it will be a recorded show. The same show will be replaying, but the week after that, hopefully we'll be back live. And I wanted again to thank you. And if you need help, of course, feel free to call us at the office at 510-742-5887. And also, if you need help with debt settlement, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com. And anything I'm telling you today is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. Again, 510-742-5887. Thank you, Chris.